All right, where is the, I'm testing, 1, 2, 3. Is it going through? Yes, it is. Let's see what this is doing, because I feel like I'm missing something. Let's present to everyone. Is that what's going on? Hold up. Let's see. Sorry, guys. This is one of my second time actually doing it. Let's see. How do I set this up? All right, guys. So I don't know like what's going on. I don't know like the hell is going on with people. So a long time from this whole thing with the national decks, it's going to be completely dumb what we're doing right now, bitching about things, doing things. It just will be dumb. It'll be stupid. It'll be ridiculous. It'll just be insane. It'll just be stupid. It'll be like, why did we do this? But for now, the the whole thing about how, oh, we're gonna go and we're gonna bitch about it and all that is what it is, The whole thing about how, so while we're bitching, while we're sitting here, while we're just doing this whole thing, sorry, it's my second time. I actually tried to do it originally, but I messed up. So I just want to rant, talk, explain why I'm doing this, what's going on, what the whole reason for this is, why Nintendo is making up what it is and bitching and all that. And I've had enough of people continuously ranting over this shit. So I know it's considered like this whole new way. It's like a whole new environment, to be honest. But where was I? Oh yeah, let me start from the top. First of all, I actually have done things in the past involving computer data, and more importantly, I've done things for myself, for my own goals, and designing, models and stuff. So I've actually got all the professional software to do this shit. Now, I'm sure you've seen in Let's Go Pikachu, they showed the room. I'm going to see if I can find it real quick. Let me go to YouTube itself. Let me type in Let's Go Pikachu tour. Because I know they did this. I know they had the whole, some other YouTuber went in and they saw, I'm going to see if they're in here. And if you are inside this video, just I'm gonna specifically, and where the freak is it? I'm gonna guess that they got rid of it. But if you're in this video, just know that I'm gonna completely give you complete credit, whatever you did. Yeah. So what I'm gonna start off with is I'm gonna start off with the main video. So I'm sure you've seen the whole trailer already, and the real reason why I'm showing you this is so I can point out where everything is different. So first of all, the shading for this alone is a pain. But that's not what I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you what they did, really, in this game. First, I'm going to show you, because you start off with, in the first scene, it's Hop. So if you see this, his fingers are separated. In Hao's version, in Hao's model, which actually was shown by the same person what the fuck? Yo, nothing to do with that. Let's see. So Distant Kingdom showed us the house model, okay? And there were literally lines inside the house model. There were literally lines. So I'm going to look for Distant Kingdom. I'm going to see where his thing is. I know it's here somewhere. House says fight for more. So first of all, Where the fuck is it? Don't blame me. This is literally my first or second time doing this shit. So how's his fight for more? Where the freak is it? So I'm gonna go into Distant Kingdom, and I'm gonna tell you this guy was all. Here it is. All right, so
you deserve the purple seat cushion. See why people are saying like sitting on cloud.
Purple, you owe me $50. I'm only kidding. No, I'm only kidding. Seriously though. So it's all the way over here. He's they compared the models and animations with literally lines. You see that? Lines. Where my mouse is. Lines. And grooves. There's a difference. This is literally lines. And he says, oh, it's an animation. You know, you're making a new animation, but you're not making this new animation. Animation doesn't work like that. You don't just transfer one animation from another, especially when there's lines versus individual models for each piece. Because if you use Poser, which again I have, each and every piece, if you go right on one of these pieces, if you go literally on one of these pieces right here, it is literally its own model. With Howe's freaking model, it's literally lines. Lines. This is not this is an atrocity. This guy seems to think that he can outsmart people and whatever the fuck he's planning. I don't blame him for the whole thing with Pokemon Sword and Shield needs to have national dex. I get that. That makes sense. But this guy literally has lines. And he's comparing these two models and these two animations. It's not an animation, okay? An animation is a freaking thing in Unity or Poser where you tell the thing to do what it's doing. You can't copy and paste freaking data from a freaking model right here and not have it look all wonky compared to here. You can't transfer this model to this model. It doesn't work like that. This is just their style. That's all it is. It's literally their style. You can tell, and I'll show you straight up, and that's what I was about to show you guys, is that this freaking guy right here, let me back up a little bit, you can see the separation between the fingers. And if you move it a little bit longer, just a little bit, you go up, yeah, see, there's separation. And the way it's designed isn't new animation. It's a completely new animation. So this alone probably took at least a couple weeks, maybe a couple months. And that's for this one character. Now, obviously, they're not all going to use the same models, right, for each and every character, because if you do, it looks all wonky, and that's how it's been. The whole idea of this whole bitching about, I get national dex. I want freaking Rayquaza, Mew, and my freaking Darkrai inside the new game, including my freaking shiny Bellossom, which I assume, based on what I've seen in the thing here, that Bellossom is inside the game, but that's not the point. The point is that this bitching started out about the national dex and has gone into how lazy Nintendo is with their animations. That's BS, straight up. No lie. This whole piece of information is completely nonsensical. All of this took at least a couple years, which is what they've been given. They've been given 4 years of a time frame. They've been working their hinds off, and they've been doing this hoping that we would support them. I'm not saying go ahead and say, oh, I'll buy the game and then I'll bitch. You can bitch after you buy the game, and you can tell them for the next game you're not going to buy it if they don't put in the national dex. The real problem is marketing. If you freaking get rid of this, you're going to have to deal with freaking fan-made Pokemon for the rest of your damn life. You're not going to have any of the original Pokemon designed by Game Freak. Now, if you're okay with that, that's fine. But for some of us, we see it differently. And I think the whole problem I have with is you're using lazy animations, which is BS, to complain about the national dex. It's like saying, oh, I'm upset about not having a freaking Pokemon, so I'm going to basically say that something that's not true is true so that no one buys the game, which isn't really helpful at all. Like, it really isn't. And I don't blame you for thinking that way. I don't blame you. But it is not Right. It's completely biased on your own personal opinion. And I think what you miss is that even in your videos, every one of your videos, literally from everything you've done, is literally all about how it's bad animations, etc., etc. You're blaming of the tree. This is a style, not a freaking lazy animation. It's like comparing artwork from Mona Lisa from Galileo to freaking. I'm sorry if I messed that up. Let me know in the comments. It's like comparing the Mona Lisa to the freaking time clock thing that melts. I forgot the name. Sorry. But yeah, it's complaining about one art style versus another. This is an art style. This is not a freaking lazy animation. I mean, that's just sad that you have to go that far and try to make something seem that what it's not. Okay, these are freaking drawings. Okay, this looks more like a freaking 3D, more like a freaking high quality animations and more designs. And on top of the fact that they haven't actually shown us everything yet. Once we've released the game, then you can bitch and complain all you want. If you see something really big, like I know in Sun and Moon, and I'm really going to be ranting about this one. In Sun and Moon, I played a few minutes of the game, and I went up to, it was after I saved. I went up to the freaking place where you have the battle with what's his name, Lunala, I think Lunala, and right after that, when they transport to the Ultra Beast dimension, it glitched out, but I had to delete the update, and it worked after I deleted the update. So the honest truth is that the whole idea that you're blaming it on isn't legitimate. Now here's the big deal. This is what everyone's bitching about. The whole no national decks and everything they saw in this video. And I'm not going to lie and say, oh, it's going to be better when it comes out. No, I'm not going to lie and say that at all. I'm just going to show you what I mean by that. So I'm going to skip through all this. You probably have already seen it if you're watching this video or if you have bitched. And if you haven't, if you've bitched and you haven't actually seen this video, there's no helping you. But if you have bitched and you saw this video, there is helping you. So let me just get straight to the part where I'm most appreciative of. I'm trying to find it. It's somewhere here. I think it's after this, probably. No? Okay. It's where he says, I pick my fights. There you go. There you go. Right there. Come on. There you go. All right. So this man choke right here. You can tell they actually put some effort in this one. If you zoom in, so you see that right there. That hold on. There is separation between this guy's toes. You can see it. It's not completely random. There is literally shading underneath his two biceps, which I'm not gay, okay? Don't take it that way. Anyways, and even if you are calling me gay for that, let me just point this out. Don't call people gay just because it's wrong, it's unethical, and it's against moral values of today. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is right here. You can see there's shading underneath his biceps. So there is literally more effort done to this game than any other Pokemon game. Here it is. That's what I was looking for. Ah, shit. Come on. So I hate how it's so quick. If only I had better. There we go. Okay, so you see the shading right here. That took a couple hours at least. You see the separation between the fingers. That took a long time. And you see how it's like little drawings here. That took a long time. What they're trying to do is they're trying to update all their models so that it looks better. The only real problem I have with this game so far, based on what I've seen, the big problem, and I'll show you that in a second. Hold up. When he goes onto the water.
Over the water.
Yeah, so when he goes onto the water and he returns. Oh, I just had it.
And looking forward to the return of the bike, and
So,
it definitely helps you get around this
wait
wide
till it
area.
zooms in.
ちょうどちょっとこう B をダッシュでこう、いきなりこう加速することもできたり、あとは今水上にそのまま乗れたと思うんですけど、スムーズにこう水上にも入れるんで、こういう広大な。
The only problem I have is this, right? You saw that, and I really hate to do this to you, Nintendo, but this actually is a problem. So you see here, right? I noticed in MDA 2K, they had the same problem. As when they switched from land to sea, or they're holding their ball and you zoom in on whatchamacallit mode. What's the thing I'm thinking of? And one of the, I don't remember if it's the newest 2K, but anyways, you zoom in flashback mode, whatever it's called, and you can see it literally levitating in his hands. The same thing happens here. The freaking bike's wheels literally are stuck in the freaking grass. But anyways,
area very quickly.
So let me quickly go down that. So that's what I see in this. But the thing I wanted to tell you about is that right here, this isn't the thing that I think is cool. The thing I think is cool is the fact that it's more like an MMO, and the fact that they show up literally in game. Not freaking walking random directions, not walking inside circles, not sitting around and being completely random. They are in your game, in the location they're in. They walk straight up to you, and you walk straight up to them.
He's playing the Gloria character there, but
Watch this.
Stamp is signifying that he wants to trade with us.
Watch this.
ここで、通信交換とか回線とかを、自由に呼びかけたりして、例えばマックスレイドバトルもここで呼びかけることができます。You can use these stamps to invite people to battle, trade, or even try and get other players to join you in a match.
Literally, you can talk to them in person in the game, which is incredible. For Pokemon, it's an update. It's amazing. And unless this guy is not actually walking up and randomly moving towards you at a running speed, which I kind of doubt, it'll literally be almost like an MMO. And I'm going to show you something too, right? So the YCon has been previewed right about, where is it? Why did they remove the YCon? Let's see. The YCon, where is the YCon? The fuck? Don't tell me they removed the YCon thing. It's probably in one of these, actually. Hold up. All right, so I think it's in this one. I could be wrong. Nope, that's not it. So, yeah. Don't, please. So, I'm looking for it. I know it's here somewhere. Sorry, guys. I'm normally not this flustered, but trust me, it's been a pain. So inside this game, they have let's see. I think this is it. No. Yes, it is. So they previewed the YCom. Right here, you can see how it works. And if you're not inside the area where, like like if you ever played World of Warcraft, if you're in the area and they say, oh, you can't run, in the area with other players. You can't run into other players in certain areas. The same thing applies here. So if you go in the main area, the wild area, you'll find that you'll be able to communicate with players in the same area within the same system, and it'll be much like an MMO. But the difference is that inside some areas, much like WoW, in the areas that they start off in, you'll be playing like this instead of playing in the wild area. So all in all, they're putting a lot of effort into the multiplayer, into everything, and they're trying their best within the limited time they have, which I know you think is not a big deal, but okay, so half of them are doing this other thing, which I don't agree with, but it's really not their fault. It's the fault of all of you guys who actually did join this thing, saying, oh, we want to play Pokemon Go. The people who play Pokemon Go and have come up into this world that way, that's fine. But if you didn't come up into this world that way and you paid money to Pokemon Go, you're also to blame for the fact that they're not having all of their staff on, because they founding the Pokemon Go, they decided, oh, we're going to make a new mobile app, and we're going to make multiple mobile apps. So it's kind of that, and also the fact that they have work on this other project. So there's a lot of things going on in this. The big thing is that your whole plans, everything you have, is not the way it used to be because of the new found moneymaker in the mobile games. And the thing we have to realize is, all of this whole model thing is bull. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say, and it's nonsense. The idea that we're sitting around blaming this place for making cheap graphics is sad. This, I have to admit, on their main page sucks rocks through a straw. This freaking graphics it looks like a 3DS graphics, and that's the thing. This guy compares Let's Go graphics to freaking 3DS graphics, which, by the way, is what I don't like about this guy, Distant Kingdom. He's making these freaking graphics, 3DS graphics, and pairing them with Let's Go. Pokemon Company, Nintendo, no one ever said that they were releasing Pokemon Let's Go with the new graphics, the new appeal, the new everything. They were just revamping an older generation. So, this new generation, this new future, this new design, everything that you see here, every piece here in this game has been revamped. It's just new. And that's why I think if you're going to bitch, buy the game. It's on GameStop. It's on Amazon. Wrong game. You owe me $50, Xenoverse. I'm only kidding. So Pokemon Sword and Pokemon Shield, or neither, or both. But if you're going to bitch, at least buy one of these games. Just one. That's it. Just one. And then you can bitch and whine after you've played it. But honestly, until you've seen the graphics, because there are games that looked amazing when they first came out. There was Max Payne and his whole graphics. Or no, was it Max Payne? I think it was. His graphics were superb on the freaking screen. But when you actually got down to the nitty-gritty details and played it on your PS4 or Xbox One, it looked like shit. Now, that's the thing about this game. You have to try it out, tell me it looks like shit, and then bitch and complain about it. But until you've done that, there's really no point in arguing your point. But the bottom line here is that particular game that he compared it to is not, and I repeat this, not Pokemon Sword and Shield. Distant Kingdom, if you're listening to this, if you're hearing this, if you're working with me on this one, if you're going to help the community see the truth you want to see, if it really is true, wait till they release the downloadable version as a pre-download, crack it if you're so wise and so intelligent, and take the models out and see the changes. Whatever the changes might be. I'm sure there's a way to take the information off that thing once and before they release it because of the preload. So if you're going to do it, if you're going to blame Sword and Shield, Distant Kingdom, here's what you need to do. You got to wait till they do a preload, crack the preload, open the preload, take all the models out, and then tell me it sucks. That's it. Sign off.